Bringing the glory issue for better discussion. Sekushari coming to town. Liberia, it's a total. Making sense of that is for better discussion. Sekushari coming to Sekushari day. Liberia, it's a total. Making sense of that is for better discussion. Sekushari coming to Liberia, it's no more Liberia, it's a total. Making sense of the issue for better discussion. Sekushari coming to Sekushari day. Liberia, it's no more Liberia, it's a total. Making sense of the issue for better discussion. Sekushari coming to town. Liberia, Sekushari coming to town. Into treatment, we got to information and education. Sekushari coming to town. Liberia, Sekushari coming to town. Good information, document, education. Sekushari coming to Sekushari day. Bringing that brother issue, whatever discussion. Sekushari coming to town. From Monday to Friday, Liberia, Sekushari coming to town. From Monday to Friday, Liberia, Sekushari coming to town. From Monday to Friday, Liberia, Sekushari coming to Sekushari day. Liberia, it's no more Liberia, it's a total. Bringing the glory issue for better discussion. Sekushari coming to town.
Oya. What is an African soldier? African soldier to fight for freedom. What is an African soldiers now? African soldiers to fight for freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting on. Those that are living are still fighting. Chaka Zulu, African soldier. Listen, let's say African soldier. Nambiaziki, African soldier. Kwame Nkrumah, African soldier. Jomo Kenyatta, African soldier.
Oh, what a great day. What a great way. What a great day and what a great way to say good morning to the people of Liberia, to say good morning to those of you in the diaspora, to say good morning to all of you who have converged this morning to get information, to have access to information, to weigh in your thoughts. It's a great way to say good morning to you and to also welcome you to the program Good Morning Liberia. This is where you talk, I talk, and we all do the talking. This is where we push the interest of our country, and we will continue to do so. This is where we name, shame, and then we also give out recommendations to public officials as to how to be able to trend on the right trajectory. So let me say good morning to you, and let me say a pleasant welcome to all of you. Those of you who have joined us from the Facebook Live, from the YouTube Live, I would like to say good morning and also welcome to the show. Today marks another beautiful edition of Good Morning Liberia. And we want to say thanks to God Almighty for yet another day. Whenever you wake up in the morning, all you need to do is to give praises to God Almighty for yet another day, because we're all living a borrowed life. The life you have is not your own. So when you have the opportunity to see another day, you have to be grateful for another day. My name is Samira Onelai, and of course, I am Samira Onelai this morning. And I'm seeing Samira Sam Onelai on the screen. I don't know why the producer did that. But I think he's following the circles trend, though. He always say, good morning, Samira Sam Onelai. However ways, I would like to say welcome to all of you. A lot is happening in the country. A lot will continue to happen as much as we are living. Once as we're breathing breath, a lot will always happen. And not just within Liberia, but around the world. Everybody facing their own struggles. Government going through some scrutiny and having some problems in some sectors. But some of the questions that we ask is that, can we compare our government to some of these governments that we're talking about that's having their own problem? Because at times you have your own problem. People can be able to name out or can be able to count out some of the problems. But when there's nothing done to be able to settle them, when you're not striving enough, when you're not trying to be able to get a country at a particular place, there where we come and say that your government is incompetent, that you're not doing anything in the interest of the people. The fact that we're being elected by the people, you are a servant to the people, so you have to serve them. But if you run a government wherein the living condition of the people says another thing, majority of the population, they're struggling, they're living abject poverty, then we start to ask the question as to how is it that you're running your government, because we're not seeing changes. People's lives are not changing. The condition of the people continue to worsen. So we continue to ask these questions. But this is trending, and we got this information roughly 11 minutes ago. We were being told that Joseph Yuma Boakai, who is the president of the Republic of Liberia, he oversees $6 million due for Liberia's first electrical manufacturing plant. This is the news that we're getting, that there's a due of $6 million USD. And guess what? The memorandum of understanding was signed on yesterday, Tuesday. If you can recall, the president went to Nairobi So in Nairobi, the president of the Republic of Liberia secured a $6 million United States dollars due. Some of you wondering where they get Nairobi, my people that in Kenya. And so the 6 million due that was being secured by the president, USD, 6 million USD though. There's a planned facility that will produce transformers. They will produce, they will have conductors, excuse me. They will have switch gears. They will have smart meters and other electrical products locally. So should we say that the problem that we have with the Liberia Electricity Corporation, the problem with that most Liberians are facing with LEC, saying, oh, we do not have current, we do not have this, we do not have that. The people are bringing smart meters for you guys. If you're stealing current, they will be at their various houses and they'll be able to detect as to if you're stealing current. And they will come straight to your house because they will distribute the smart meters on Liberians. And also there will be transformers coming into the country. Is that a big news, Liberians? We thought to share with you. It's important that we do so. And also the CSA, the Finance and Health Ministries, they jointly transition 304 ELWA hospital staffs to government payroll. Things are happening and a lot more that we have on the plate for you, a lot to talk about. We will read out what we have on our plate this morning. That will take us up to 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock we will have our guest in studio, which will walk us up to 10 o'clock. Have you heard about the July 17th protest that is coming up? We're going to have a conversation around it this morning. My name is Samira Wanla, and of course I am Samira Wanla. Let me say welcome to all of you who have joined our conversation this morning. It promises to be a very, very much great conversation. So let us all please share the live video, invite a friend to watch, invite a friend to listen, and let us have a conversation this morning. Those of you following us on the live video, few acknowledgements. This is Honorable Papi Success Keita. He says, good morning, Voice of Liberia, and he's watching from Duport Road. George Brown Jr. is following from Sano County. Henry T. Toll Jr. He says, good morning. I'm watching from my residence in Catwell. Thanks for the update this morning. And this is a signal Dakose Metazier. And this person says he's following from Pakpa District, Grand Cape Mount County. He's watching from our YouTube page. Let me say thank you. Let me also encourage all of you following our broadcast to share the live video. Saturday, Woodware is watching from Atlanta, Georgia, the USA. Bapin Paul Lee is following from Johnsonville. Obi Daye is watching from SKD Community, Pinsfield City. And he says, thank you for your good work. Lord, this is Lord Gillette. He's following from Police Academy Junction. Elijah Ponge is watching from Lofa County, and he's following from the YouTube page. Thank you, Elijah. Stanley Sharif is watching from Broadfield City. Stanley Sharif is also encouraging others to share the live video. Joseph Emmanuel Stubberfield Jr. writes, good morning. I'm following from Fendel at the last turning point. Jala Wilson Jackson is following from Wagibi County, 26 Gate Road. Abraham B. Kroma is watching from his Iron Factory residence. Innocent November King is following the show this morning from Johnsonville, Belle Town. Stanley Sharif goes on by saying, fellow citizens, we all know that we is coming back, but bear in mind that life is a journey, not a distinction. Minister Prince E. Kamara says, I'm following from Bandersville Estate. Dabita Augustine Jeremiah Fokpa He's watching from the Liberia Traffic Management Office. Yes, you have the Liberia Traffic Management Office around the ELWA junction when you're heading to the sports complex there. Yeah, there where you have the office. I hope you guys are doing a great job there too. The Ministry of Transport, I don't know what to say about it, but I just hope that you guys are doing a great job. Vinicius Junior Bar is following from Nuku Town. Innocent November King is watching and he says, thanks to Samira for the information. I appreciate it so much. Lovochua Wolotod Win, he writes, good morning, a voice of Liberia family, and good morning to the people of Jakakan, my own hometown in River G District number 2. And to the people of the Southeast, I'm following from Southern Arizona to United States. George Johnson is watching from Douala. Edwin Small Goya is following from Texas, the USA. Lawrence Norden is watching from our YouTube page and he's following from Minnesota, the USA. Sekou Ajayi is watching Ahaji. Yes, Ahaji. He's following and he says, good morning. A lot of you watching this morning, let me get it from the bottom. Um, Limon Chairman Born Pekin says, good morning. This is not the radio station. You mentioned another radio station name. This is Voice of Liberia. Not even Voice FM, but Voice of Liberia. S. Emmanuel Faya is watching from Lower Margibi County District 1. Elijah Koti writes, and he says, good morning to Voice of Liberia family. I'm grateful. Elijah Koti following the live from Brooklyn community in Banka City, Bon County. We are the followers of Voice of Liberia here in Central Liberia. Most especially, Banka has been left out when it comes to information. So this is something that we're working on. Shortly, we're going to have the branches in the counties on. They have been down for a couple of weeks. Shortly, we will get Banga on. We will get Grand Bassa on. We will get Lofa on. We will get Margibi County on, so that the people be able to have access to information. Thank you for joining this morning. I might not be able to. I may not be able to call out all of you or send out all of you. But I want to say thank you for joining and let us all please share the live video. Before going over to Ben, the cash giveaways on this morning, we're giving out. It is the 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 draw. Yes. Today is the jackpot. Wednesdays and Thursdays, we normally do jackpots. So it is the jackpot, and all you need to do is to play with 200 Liberian dollars. I'm very serious about this one this morning. Dial star 799 star 8 hatch. Dial star 799 star 8 hatch. Use 200 LRD. Play and be able to win yourself some good money here this morning. Let's go over to my brother Ben. Good morning to you, Ben. Welcome to the show. Ben, are you there? Wow, I'm not
Good
getting you.
morning. Good morning, teammate Samira. Good morning to you. And good morning to the thousands of Liberians that have tuned into the country's number one informative platform, Voice of Liberia. Good morning, Liberia. We say welcome all of you. And I'm grateful to be here this morning. And I want to thank Jehovah for life as usual and for the good health he has given me. This is the greatest gift ever anyone can have, to be alive.
Okay, that's great. That's so great. Welcome, Ben. What is trending from your end?
Well, what is obtaining from our end here is the Unity Party folks' inability to communicate facts but draw on propaganda. At the Africa or African Summit in Nairobi, Kenya,
Mm,
we saw pictures of Joseph Boakai and President Mamadi Doumbouya of Guinea.
mm,
Now, This is the truth behind this whole situation is that Joseph Boakai went to Guinea, and there were discussions held between he and the president of Guinea. Mamade Domboya told him clearly that the land over there, Guinea has taken the land, and the land is for Guinea. Joseph Boakai had one duty to inform Domboya with the map of Liberia, our cornerstone, and all of that, to indicate that this land belonged to Liberia or belongs to Liberia. But Boakai failed to do that.
Yeah.
And we're told that as part of the conversations that were held in Guinea, Joseph Boakai agreed that the disputed land area, the Solomba, a community, Solomba Bola area where you have the Makona River, Joseph Boakai agreed that the land is the property of Guinea. He came back to Liberia and acted very deceptive to the citizens of the country. And so Waka statement he made when he came from Guinea was very, very unfair. It was deceptive. He fooled the Liberian people, acting as if he went to first some diplomatic process or relationship in continuing the situation. Whereas he, Joseph Boakai, agreed to turn the land over to Guinea, that it is Guinea property, Guinea should take the land. I want to say this in the training issues. This legal battle will expose two things. When I say legal battle, the expulsion of Yeke Koluba that have turned to a legal battle, it will expose two things. It will expose how Joseph Boakai is a liar and how he decepted the Liberian people. And it will show how the rubber stamp legislature headed by spineless Rachel Nangwe Kun have put the country in another big constitutional mess that will be exposed. So we want to throw light. We want to throw light on that. And also the hike in the cost of the price of bag of water, the sachet water from Fadara, we're told it's going to $10, making things more difficult in the country. So I just thought to throw light on those two issues, security issues and that of the cost of water now in the country.
My man, that whole water business, that thing are true.
It's
The
factual.
water
It's,
issue.
it's factual. I spoke
Is
with
it true
some.
they're selling a bag of water $10?
Yes. You know,
I don't want to. I don't want to believe it though.
teammate, this is how it's happening. When it comes to the price of water, this when the harsh economic situation begins to affect the citizens, it starts from some places and later on escalate. There are places in Monrovia now to speak water is sold for 10 Liberian dollars. 10 Liberian dollars is such a water. I spoke to people, some of them had the bags in their hand. I spoke to them, and it's actually true.
Mm.
Though in some yeah, as we speak now, big bag have been reintroduced. The big bag water are all over the place that people used to sell before in the country when we were coming up. Big bag water has been reintroduced on the Liberian market. Why it is true that there are some places you might still be fortunate to find a bag of sachet water for $5 Liberian, but it is not the case now in every part of Monrovia or Liberia. There are places where a sachet water or a bag of water is sold for $10 Liberian.
Then the thing about the bag of water being sold for $10 Liberian. I'm yet to get, but you're saying that it is true that you spoke to some Liberians, but many at times, Ben, uh, many at times you just want to come up. I want to get something on the screen quickly. I'm trying to communicate. Just continue to. Let me just say this
Okay.
right before you come in. Let me just say this. Many a times, Ben, when it comes to the pricing in our country. Mm, you just saw that the government have been putting out a lot of transportation fare for Liberians. They have been around, which of course it is not yet being implemented. People are still paying the fare that they used to pay, the higher ones, to reach to a particular destination. Excuse me. And also, when it comes to at times, we Liberians, we are the problems of ours. Like we see this situation and we start to make it out of profit for ourselves. As much as I'm yet to have conversation with people as to if a bag of water is sold for $10, but my colleague here is saying so, which of course I believe it. Um, there are Liberians in this town that they just like to see a little situation and then they hop onto it and start to do the unusual thing. Then let us look at this issue before we go into our major talking points. This is just, you trendy issues, right? Let's look at this, man. The issue about transportation fare in this country. We come into the water era. This is where it is bringing us. If you can recall, the taxis used to take 4 at the back, 1 at the front. And when COVID came, the government said, because of this deadly disease or deadly virus, taxi drivers, you people are to take 3 at the back, 1 at the front. Because if it is 4 at the back, people will get squeezed together and people sweat and flutes and all of that must start touching each other. And there will be a problem. So they started to take 3 at the back. So at that point in time, it was the reason why the transportation fare increased. Because drivers said that we cannot be taking 3 at the back. We're already losing a customer. And at the end of the day, we be paying the customers, they be paying the passengers, they be paying the same fare. So for that reason, we have to increase it. I can recall from ELWA Junction to town used to be $150. From ELWA Junction to Stella Maris used to be, I think, 120, 130. So when COVID came, after the drivers started taking 3 at the back, 1 at the front, they increased the fare from ELWA Junction to town is 200 USD. And from anywhere you stop, say at 200, what they started saying, if you stopping in Single, it is 150. Once you cross Single, you stopping to the University of Liberia, you pay 200 and all of that. Bam. The price remained to 200. Even after COVID, Liberians started to get taxi. They started these drivers. They started to take 4 at the back. Some of them even started taking 2 at the front, 4 at the back, 2 at the front, violating. Now they are maintaining their 4 at the back, but yet and still, they were still charging 200 Liberian dollars to come to town. As much as there's no COVID, you have gone back to the normal thing. But yet and still, you cannot carry the transportation fare back or to the way it used to be. It remained on 200. When this government took power, the issue of gasoline came up. It became a crisis. People started complaining about gas. People couldn't get gas and blah, blah, blah. Before you look, the price of gas went up. From ELWA to town, the driver started to charge $250 to come to town from ELWA Junction. So before COVID, it was 150. When COVID came, because of the 3 at the back, that was the reason why it went up to 200. Now you came back to reality, you came back to normality, right? You started to take your 4 at the back, yet and still you did not charge 150. You're taking 4 at the back. Gas price went up a bit. Gas started to be scarce on the market. Boom, it jumped to 250. I'm just saying this to me that the issue about the water, the structured water, like being mentioned, like I said, I have not yet reached to a point where I've talked to anybody and they told me that they're selling the water $10. But Ben says so, and which of course I believe him. He said that he spoke to a few people and they admitted to it. And that be back even in town.
Yeah.
Right? It is sold for $10. I'm saying this to me. Liberians will take a little situation and just start to misuse it. Let me say, as much as the government, they're not doing anything, they continue to do things that are not in the interest of the people. But at times, we Liberians, we doesn't feel serve ourselves. Everything you want get 100+ profit from it. How is it that you will sell a sachet water $10, like Ben said? Then at the end of the day, where the water is even being manufactured or produced, whatever word you want to use, it is not Ben. It will interest you to know that. I think it is something that the government also need to look at. It will interest you to know that go to the places that the people are producing the water. Go to where they are putting out the water. Nowadays, it's better even go to the hand pump. You draw your water from there. You carry it to your house, put it in your gallon, and you drink it. One of the places that I don't even like you shouldn't even try to drink water, such a water from is Central Monrovia. Some of the places, it is very dirty. You go there, you see lesser die in the other thing. You see the other one die there. You see the skeleton or the other one there. The people even the hygiene process, it is not even taken into consideration. That's the reason why the other people around there walking around with typhoid. People get illness. People are ill. It is because of these things. Sometimes the water that you drink, it even cause itch and things to come on your body because of the water, because it is not being well taken care of. And that is one of the things that the government should be able to look into. Before the people jump around and start selling dirty water for $10, because that is dirty water, I can tell anybody, you're sorry. Those of you people who can drink the sachet water, I'm not saying it to me that even though you're drinking cheap thing, but the people, they're taking care of it the right way. So that dirty water. Let's not go to the hand pump, get your water. If you don't bother, you put it in your mineral bottle and start to drink it. If you can't afford to buy the 2 for 5 water. Because let's be real. Small thing like bring people will just take it and just put it on their head. They start making things out of it. They be bare water. Why you say you're making it around here? Current stable for you to make it cold. Because you need current to be able to make, ain't not a be bare water pen. When you join on the pump, put it in the plastic bag, you need current to make it in cold.
Exactly.
So where the current at? And these are things that the government needs to address. As much as the government doing anything at times, so we Liberians should be helping the situation, not intensifying it. That's what we should be doing. Currently, as we speak, this is something that I've been looking at. Currently, as we speak, people taking 4 at the back, but then they still get the same transportation fare day. Why you get blaming people? The government sat down here, they put a listing for transportation fare implementation process that work. They don't put it also more than 2-3 times. The government sat down here, they say we're bringing buses for you. Since the Texas travel and carrying the prices up, we'll bring buses for you to be riding. You'll pay $50 from one place to another. They brought the buses to the other one laying, going look at told the other one looking at it and not stop. Where the buses in the street?
It's all broken down.
How was it even helping? How was it even helping the situation? Because somebody Texas travel will say, oh, I get my car, I got to gas my car. And I true. Gas price up, and you go, you kind of the price of gas is up.
Exactly.
The way gas was being sold back then, there's an increase. So the military said, I got to gas my car. When something happened to the car, I got to go fix the car. And car parts then nowadays is expensive. You go to a mechanic shop, you don't do small thing, they will charge you huge amount of money. Everything about car in USD. When the man will charge you, and I tell you, say 2,000 Liberty, you tell you, say $200 US or $15 US. So the military said, I got to do that one, do that one before I take money from there for my family. So Liberians too, they are making use of the situation and exploiting people. But the government too, they fail completely. How you will put a transportation price more than 2-3 times in this government? Nobody following it. You brought buses to help with the transportation. Because these are things that people look at, right? If you're putting out this situation, if you're saying gas price is doing this, then now the government be able to come in to help. That's what they get government there for. The government brought the buses. If you see a lane, everybody started to laugh at it on Facebook, but that wasn't funny. These are some of the buses that if you go ask the government people, they will tell you, say they pay thousands of dollars for to bring it in the country. He said new buses. They want to put on Facebook because all the good art is photo shoot, going for party, enjoying themselves. CDC government used to party, but see the ministers, then nowadays the party government. Then when you talk here, somebody will say, oh, but why are you saying it like that? Everybody know that this person is a public official. They have the right to, attend gatherings, attend birthdays, do videos. But they made it seem back then as if to say it was a crime. When the person go for a party, they being recorded, and they make it look as if to say the person has steal all the country money. Now it is being done to you guys. You have to the buses, you have bring the buses, you ain't help you with the transportation fare. The buses then laying down here. You can't even see the buses again. So how is it you are helping in the process? So Ben, it's just to talk about, what you said about the sachet water being so in. Like I said, there's a whole thing surrounding it. The one that has to do with the place, the environment. You know what I mean? Almost everybody won't produce sachet water now. Every lake corner you go in, people get out, then they say they're using water in swamp. What they use to filter the water, if you see it, you go to some of these places, you don't even want to drink the water again. It's not healthy. What is it you people are doing? What is it you people are doing? But then let's hear you, then we'll be able to move on. Just start to weigh in on
Yeah.
some of these things.
So basically, one of the things affecting our country is the fact that individuals are powerful than the system. The systems are there, but the systems are not respected. And the worst of everything, especially under this Bwaka and Kun regime, is that the president himself disrespect the laws. He got no respect for the rule of law. So Joseph Bwaka himself has elevated, his personality over the laws that govern the country. There's no man should be above the law. But Joseph Bwaka has placed himself above the law. Disrespect the Supreme Court ruling. He have no regard for the arbiter of justice in the country. And the Supreme Court will say this, Bwaka do the other thing. And so the citizens are a byproduct of the institutions that govern the country. Remember, Liberia should be a country of law. But when individuals become more powerful than the institution that should guide the entire country, it becomes a problem. Even in the great United States, the world superpower, there are laws that govern the country. Before President Trump gets certain things done, in fact, in one of his statements, when there were protests about no king, President Trump spoke. When some few opposition minority were speaking against President Trump, in the US. President Trump told them, "You are talking about kings?" He said, "I'm not a king." President Trump told them, he said, "In fact, before we get things done here, do you know the process will go through Congress? There are debates. We have to convince Congress men and women about what we want to do." The other day, we saw the Secretary of War or Secretary of Defense now rename and style Secretary of War. We saw Peter Hegseth said he had to go to Congress to go and discuss, justify why they needed some budgetary allotment for the U.S. Israel Iran war and all of that, and U.S. Defense, operations. So institutions should be powerful than individuals. Until institutions are powerful than individuals in the governance process, we'll continue to face this kind of problem. And these are avoidable situations. So again, Minister of Transport, you're releasing prices and the prices are not being adhered to. Check yourselves. Something must be wrong with the system. You are imposing on citizens to have their vehicles registered, to have their driver license, but government officials are still plying the streets with vehicles that don't have license plate attached, that are moving with, in some cases, expired license. Lawmakers having their official license plate. The other time, the woman Daba, I don't know, Daba Vaba, she's the senator of Grand Cape County. The car they call the Kia Motor. Kia Motor, KIA Motor, but in like bro, we can say Kia Motor, the one you can put the goose in from all the time. Daba Vabaha or HOR horse or horse not HOR but Senate the SEN something like brand Senate plate on her Kia Motor. They put it plenty cement and steel, everything in it. She had the House of Senate, her official Senate plate on her Kia Motor. At the end of the day, that car motor will not be regulated the way it's supposed to be regulated by the police, the road and safety department. So even the people at the hierarchical level in the government are not respecters of the institutions that should be strengthened and respected by everybody. That is the reason why we do not have any control. The POLC policy, I don't know some of those people how they got in government. I don't know, they did not go to school to understand. Because you must learn to plan, to organize, to lead and control. And that plan, organize, lead, and control policy is taught in the fundamentals of management. And you understand? Some of them did public administration, some of them did management, some of them did public administration, major management, minor management, major public administration, minor, but still they forget those simple things. So until we can strengthen our institutions, will continue to face this problem. But Timmy, I just want to announce on the show that Mr. Alexander Cummings have got a new chief of office staff, and that person is George Wisner. Madam Councillor Mariah Yukula have stepped aside from the role as chief of staff to the ANC political leader, Mr. Alexander Cummings. And our office
Okay.
have somebody new that have stepped in that position.
She
And
gave she gave reasons why.
no, there hasn't been any reason to the public as to why Councillor Mariah Yakola stepped aside. There hasn't been any official reason why she stepped aside, but she's no longer the chief of staff to Mr. Alexander Cummings. So George Wisner now is the new chief of staff to Mr. Alexander Cummings. And the legacy of Charles Walker Bromsky continues as Madam Charlene Bromsky, the daughter of the late Councillor Charles Walker Bromsky,
Yeah.
founding father of the LP, has been qualified to serve at the ECOWAS court to serve as a legal practitioner at the ECOWAS court. Her father, under the Boubacar Salive administration, was qualified for said position, but there were politics played by the regime at the time that hindered Councillor Bromsky. But the Bromsky legacy has, been maintained by Charlene, and Charlene has been qualified. So I want to we want to use this platform to congratulate Charlene Bromsky, a very brilliant Liberian lawyer, a political figure, a daughter of the Bassa land, who has been qualified to serve as a legal practitioner. I'm very careful. I'm using legal practitioner because I don't know which role she's going to play there, but she's qualified to, I think, serve on the as legal practitioner at the ECOWAS court. So it's a good news for the women, the women of Liberia and Liberians in general. It's a good news I thought to just share.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. So as Ben was saying, or as we were saying, on this issue that has to do with the price of water, the Ministry of Commerce they took action against water vendors. So this came up 11 minutes ago, and they said that these people are exploiting the citizens through unjustified press release, and it's a total violation. And the Ministry of Commerce said that it will not be, I mean, tolerated. So they have, taken action, and they said that the price should be fairly given out for everyone. Okay, but let's be able to move forward. Ben, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, secured a 6 million deal for Liberia's first electrical manufacturing plant. I think you followed the president in Kenya, Nairobi, wherein he secured that 6 million USD deal. And the plant facility is expected to produce transformers. Transformers, I mean, is expected to produce, smart meters, because LEC giving the people hard time. So if the smart meter comes, that's another project, that the smart meters will be distributed to Liberians. And if Ben is sitting to where he is out of the country, and Samira is stealing current for short, or I'm doing the power thefting, Ben, who is sitting in Ethiopia or Asia or Europe from his device through the smart meter that this particular facility is to produce, Ben is going to know that Samira is on power theft. Samira is stealing current. That's what the smart meter is for. And also, there will be transformers that will be brought into the country, and other things to be able to help the Liberia Electricity Corporation. 6 million. And when I had this conversation, because I got to know about this smart meter thing before even today. And when I had this conversation with somebody, I was telling somebody because I got a tip from one of those guys at LEC. I think I said it on the radio that there will be smart meters. And when I told somebody, the person said, "Oh, yeah, leave that to me. I don't know the people doing. I just show it." So I was like, "But what do you mean by show it? People bringing something, say, how you so you mean that so everybody that get meter, the meter that you get, you'll not be using it. It's the smart meter now that will be used to be able to reduce the issue that has to do with power theft. So everybody can say, "Oh, Joseph Boakai can travel. Joseph Boakai can travel. Joseph Boakai can bring anything back to the country. Joseph Boakai will use the taxpayer money. Joseph Boakai will not come there. Joseph Boakai been believed talk about the legs of Edmond Carr, the legs of Bremer Williams, and all the other people there." Sometimes to myself, I can say, "Hey, Joseph Boakai will travel. Joseph Boakai will not bring anything, but Joseph Boakai travel this time around. Joseph Boakai secure your 6 million too. Joseph Boakai is about to bring it back to the country. And LEC is going to be staple in this country by the grace of God. LEC will be staple." So this is the big news. This is the big news. At the same point in time, I have a photo here. It was what I was trying to get on the screen. I'm doing the producer work this morning, and I think I'm very good at it. If you see me doing what I'm doing, I got this, and I'm about to put it on the
Oh,
screen. You see
very,
that?
very strategic.
Yeah, very strategic. So you see, that's the meeting there, IKEA. But you look at the award that Domoya was giving to Baka. But let's take it from there and talk about this meter thing, the money that was secured by the president and all of that. Mind you, since the president took over, the president has really been traveling. You know what I mean? The man just brought 6 million back out. We should stop for this one. Let's hear you on this issue, Ben, quickly. Then I'll be able
So
to wait and we move to the award that Domoya was giving to our president. Who know what they were discussing? Go ahead, Ben.
big shame on Joseph Yoma Boakai. Big shame on Joseph Yoma Boakai. And they're gonna teenage will be kept low key. It's a disgrace. After traveling for nearly 3 years with 100,000 US dollars on your bank card or your Visa card, each trip you meet, you get 100,000 US dollars. After and nearly 3 years in power, you are talking about $6 million for some electrical, smart meter, and other stuff. First of all, those are all theatrics. It is not going to improve Liberia electricity situation. $6 million is highly insignificant to address anything that has to do with forging a sustainable solution to the electricity crisis in the country. Let's get it very clearly. Richard Kuhn alone takes 500,000 US dollars in the national budget for entertainment. I'm not going to his salary, his gas slips, and all of that. But Richard Kuhn takes home 500,000 US dollars. Now, if you are to do the math, 500,000 US dollars in 3 years' time, in 3 years' time, do you know how much Richard Kuhn will be walking away? That's about that's about uh 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 that's about 3 million US dollars. You understand? Let's go to Yombly Kanga Lawrence. So when you sum Richard Kuhn Entertainment, add Yombly Kanga Entertainment, and that of their few maybe scratch cars, that alone will cover over 6 million US dollars. Joseph Boakai Foya Mansion, a retirement home he built in Foya, Lofa County, worth over 10 million US dollars. And after spending over 50 million on useless international travels, and you come to the country with $6 million news, the $6 million is not theatric. Liberia electricity situation is not something that can be curbed by some $6 million US dollars. No, it is highly insignificant. First of all,
Your line is you're coming in bad, Ben. You're coming in bad.
I don't know why I'm talking about Joseph Boakai. The alarm breaking now. Is it better now?
It's actually cracking. It's cracking. Yes.
Okay, teammate. I will come out and try to see.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. You need to do that. So this is it, right? Ben was giving his thought, but when he comes back, he's going to continue. But this is it. 6 million USD deal was being signed in Kenya, Nairobi, and there's a private company that will be manufacturing transformers, manufacturing meters, manufacturing other electrical material locally for Liberians. And let me say that this is a boost for the Liberia Electricity Corporation. And first and foremost, let me also thank the president, the LEC director, for securing such. Because the issue about electricity in our country is something that it has worsened. It is not getting worse by the day, but it has worsened. Electricity has become scarce. Electricity, comes for 5 hours, 6 hours, it leaves. So the fact that from Nairobi, Kenya, we're getting this news, I want to say that's a boost for the government, for the electricity process and all of that. Whenever you talk about the electricity process, somebody will say, oh, but why the government can help? Now the government has done something to be able to help this particular process. And these are some of the things that we say we continue to say. If the government will do good today, we will say it. If the government will do bad tomorrow, we will say it because we stand for the truth. I always say that government should be able to find strategic means to help its citizens. That is how it should be. You go up, you come down. That's how it should be. To be able to help the citizens. Now, the president, Mr. Boakai, he have traveled for quite some time. The president been in the air for a very long time. He have been moving from one conference to another conference, from one engagement to another engagement. And Liberians continue to ask, what is happening? Why is the president not signing MOUs? Why is the president not bringing anything back home? That have been one of the sensitive questions from the beginning of this government, from the genesis of this government. That have been a sensitive question. Why would Boakai travel at the end of the day? We see other African leaders. We see Ghana. We see Sierra Leone. We see Africa. We see Nigeria. We see these people that carry back something to that country. When we ask the question, one press secretary will come and tell us that nobody's supposed to go to a country and take money back and bring it into the country. Liberians are not foolish people. Nobody's saying that the president should take money back and bring it into the country. But where are the MOUs? How is it that other countries will be able to do such, and you as a country, a struggling country, will go for such, and at the end of the day, you cannot do it? The president told people that, people don't know how to beg. And I was very clear on this radio. I told the president, I said, Mr. President, you will need to be a beggar to elevate this country because we're suffering. This is a very poor country. If you do not beg out there, how is it that you go into a farm or secure dues for your country? You have to have conversations, right? That's what you need to do. The president went to the States. He came by the told him that he speaks beautifully. He said, yeah, even Liberia. So English is beautiful. So there have been a lot of travels that the president has made. And at the end of the day, we saw nothing. Nothing. We saw the president coming back with nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you check the amount of countries that the president have gone to, nothing he has brought back to this country. The president went to one of the countries. I'm just forgetting. I always forget this country name. And he was told that he need to come back home to prepare documents to carry there. While you have other African countries, they already had all of their necessary documents and they were already going into conversations. But for Liberia, they told us, say, y'all go back, y'all go get prepared, then y'all come back here and we'll be able to go through it. It tells you that majority of the time, these people do not go there prepared. Most of the travels, why president can travel, why president can make engagement, it is for their country. You just don't, you cannot be in the presidency at the end of the day. You just want to build mere friendship. That is impossible. I would say you'll be the president, you want to be a friend to some kind of small little country, then you say, oh, just for us to be friends. No. You build friendship based on what you can offer to the people, based on what the people can offer to you in your interest. That is why you got friendship in presidency. Because if you leave the presidency, that person might not be your friend forever. You only have that thing existing between you because you have something offering to their country and they have something offering to your country. So you two benefit. But the president have been using taxpayers' money. He have been traveling, and he has come back with nothing. This time around, I should say, for the first of his kind, the president brought back $6 million United States dollars. And it's going to be within the electricity sector. So I'm saying this because our president has traveled a whole lot. He has traveled a whole lot. And you build friendship based on what the person can offer your country in your country interest. But Bwaga will sit and tell Liberian people that, oh, we just voted to talk. Kosovo. Thank you. That's the country in Kosovo. The president of Kosovo is my very cool friend. At times, you just don't build friendship. Once you sit in the presidency, nothing about your personal friendship. If you're going out there to talk to Kosovo president, go to talk to France president, whoever president, or whatever country president you're going to talk to, you're going to put your country first. You're going to tell the president, oh, yeah. You really think that if you take phone and start calling these country presidents, you just get time to just be answering your call? You have to have something that hold you together. There should be some kind of bond, and that bond is your country and their country. Because they're offering something to our country, and our country has something to offer their country, then there where the bond comes in. But the president traveled. Check the amount of times the president has left this country. He have traveled. And the thing about it is his delegates can be so much. The trip that the president made to the US, you know how many persons name on that list? You know how many persons he traveled with? Well, we don't have problem with you traveling because these are engagements that you need to make as a president. So you need to make these engagements. But when you go there, what is it that you can bring back? Absolutely nothing. But tell God, thank you that the president has brought something back. Yeah, you people have been monitoring the executive mansion page. Back then, when one photo is being, oh, the people are taking picture too much. We are, and here people stop the whole photo business. To the extent that most of the contracts and most of the projects that you see going on here, they were secured by government is continuity, that we know, but it was not being posted because they say, oh, government is continuity. So if we secure this, the people come, they can continue. But there's 6 million that Joseph Bwaga have gotten from the people, they 6 million due. The money is not in cash though. That they have gotten from the people to be able to help in the electricity process in our country. Haven't you been seeing a lot of pictures on the internet?
First
on the
of all,
executive mansion?
it's actually embarrassing.
And posting.
Embarrassing.
The president took a step, they post. The president took a step, they post. That is what they have been doing. Because it seems like this is one of the biggest things that they have done. That is how they're taking it. That is how they're taking it. When these people paint a building, they record it, they put it on the internet. When they share popcorn in plastic on the church with no canning, anything in it, they take picture, they post it. Then the people got 6 million due. Since Bwaga took office 2 years, almost 3 years going now, he got a 6 million due. That is a boost for them. But let me say thanks to Mr. Bwaga, at least this time around, Papa, you went there, you used the taxpayer money free. At least we secure 6 million. You coming back with it. That there's a saying that, if you put somebody there, at the end of the day, you expect the person to deliver, the person not bringing anything back. If you're a person bring you peanuts, you say thank you. And you understand? So me, I'm telling it, I'm saying this thank you from my heart. because this person has not been bringing anything back. And this is something that we have been yearning for. This is something that we said that he should do. That when you go out there, he have engagements with these people. He should be able to bring something back to the country. So the fight that that's the reason why, as soon as I got on this radio, the first thing I talked about was this thing. Because we all sat on this radio and said, when the president go out, you should be able to bring something back. That is what we said. Because we've been seeing other African countries, how they have been negotiating with people, how they have been better deals. We hope that, Mr. President, when you travel again, don't travel for a war to go receive some kind of award for some kind of backyard school. When you travel again, when you go, you burn another more 8 million, small, we move it. But at the same point in time, let us leave that in and talk about the process. We hope that the process will be free and fair, and we also hope that this process continues. Because at times, even in the past regime, present regime before the past regime, we saw that there were some news at the end of the day. It did not yield result. At times you hear these things, we do not pray for it. But at the end of the day, you don't see them happening like the way it should. Only because the money that will be given, all the things are supposed to be done, some people will be taking it for themselves. We're suffering with electricity business in this country. You people have gotten the 6 million to you. You're supposed to be producing smart meter. You're supposed to be doing producing transformers and doing all other things. You should try and do so. There are communities that almost every time the transformer blow off, only because you have too many persons on the transformer. So if you're bringing it, because the smart meter goes along with the transformer, right? So if you put in smart meter, you cannot use the same transformer you're using. So you have to use another. So that's a whole process. LEC is coming to redistribute things in the country, the whole country. And we hope that it works. We hope that it works. Then continue on this note, then we'll be able to move on to the picture, then we move to the phone lines.
Yeah, thank you, teammate. Thank you. Well, the $6 million is not going to solve the electricity problem in the country. The $6 million is an insult to the Liberian people. And the callers, those listening to the show today, will call again on Voice of Liberia, Good Morning Liberia, and give their ordeal. It's not going to change anything. First of all, Liberia electricity situation is not smart meter, the problem. Not smart meter. Let's go to some of the issues that are affecting our electricity situation in the country. I'm just going to outline few of the things affecting Liberia electricity. One of those things, we need to have a long-term stability on expanding our power generation, upgrading our transmission lines. But the major thing is expanding our power generation, where the power is coming from, how we can expand it. That is the situation. Upgrading our transmission lines, a very strong and robust accountability in the sector to regularly maintain electricity, process or the infrastructure in the country. So the technology is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Smart meter is not sustainable. If you have a technophone and somebody change the technophone battery, that inbuilt battery, maybe you get some very good technicians. Your technophone battery low. Let's put it this way. Any problem, a open and get meter, the transformer blow off. Okay, so you get your technophone, the technophone battery weak, the technophone screen crack. So you go on Rana Street or you go on Broad Street, you get or Macklin Street or whatever the place is, you get new or Kerry Street, you go to Kerry. Go to Kerry at the place you can find most of the thing there. You go to Kerry, you get new inbuilt battery, you put in that technophone. You put new screen on that technophone, get new pack, and put that phone inside the phone case. It's still not going to make like your technophone perform like an iPhone 15, 16, or 17 Pro Max. It's not going to perform like that. You will just improve the techno capacity to be maybe a more enhanced techno. You're going to enhance the capacity of the technophone. So the problem with the Liberia Legislative Corporation smart meters. Smart meter will not make current to be in Banave, current be in 72nd, current be in Tuvalu, current be in, I won't put Ria there. And when I make current be, oh, Mara, or also when you bring smart meter now, $6 million project for smart meter, current be in Kakata, current be Bikana. So that's not the issue. And when I sit and allow the United Party folks try to fool the Liberian people, 6 million is nothing. Teammate, I was just checking when I tried to reconnect my server. The Richard Kun alone as speaker, his budget annually is over $1 million, 1 point something million. In 3 years, I at 3 million plus. You only own the same. You put to an office. I'm talking about their salaries, oh, but they ought
Mm.
to run their office by about 7 million plus. So this is where people don't respect the country. Just like Baka, you go over that 7 million, you go negotiate. Ghana would never do that. John Dramani Mahama of Ghana will never go sit somewhere to discuss a $6 million project, especially when it comes to electricity, sustaining electricity. The crisis in Liberia right now, where it's no longer about load shedding. Right now in Liberia, some community, they only get current for 6 hours, and you don't even know when it's coming back. Is that something like at this time it will be in Tuporo, at this time it will be in Banavie? It's not like that any longer. It has changed. So LEC is totally dead, and like they are preserving the bare minimum, like the least, like the insignificant what they're doing. And you talk about $6 million. $6 million cannot do anything in the electricity sector. And I think Jeremiah Pia and Kula for Falanen running away as if it is a major achievement. I will say this: go to Ghana. See the Ghanaian electricity infrastructure. You think you will go stand in front of the president of Ghana and say you get $6 million? It doesn't make sense. Nigeria, see what you mean. Now, even as big as Nigeria is, Nigeria has a very strong electricity capacity. Even in the communities that are densely populated, they have power theft situations as well. But guess what? They still see light. In fact, what they would do in some densely populated community, the aristocratic community in Nigeria don't have issue. Ain't like Moria where even in Cinco they can tell you. There are aristocratic communities in Nigeria, GR or something, government reserve communities, where the light is stable 24/7. In communities where overcrowdedness or densely populated communities, they have this backup generator. Because they know when NEPA go, they switch on and they put the generator on because they know NEPA is going to come. So they schedule how they can do that, their backup power plant. In Liberia, you get generator, you gotta be using that generator sometimes for 1 week, 2 weeks, sometimes if possible a month. And you're talking about $6 million. Just like Baka, stop the joke. You people have failed after nearly 3 years of traveling, useless international trips that have brought back no dividends, and you're come out to talk about 6 million. 6 million will not solve Liberia electricity situation. It won't solve it. It won't improve anything. This is just normal grandstanding. So when Bento got connected, get 1 meter to the hole, you change that meter and put smart meter there. What you're doing, you're only trying to say, okay, this smart meter you can control it from wherever you are. And we still have some smart meters in the country there. When we were in charge of the country, when President Weah was in charge, the city government, smart meters were there. In fact, that meter there, the moment your current stuff go, LEC, you go once your token expire, you get light. And in fact, if you remove that meter, if you remove that meter from your house and take that meter to another community, the meters were being coded. We introduced that. President, we are government introduced the smart meter thing in the country. So they're not news here. They're not news here. In fact, the smart meter thing, Samira can be at work and she have the card number and recharge for Ben. Samara can be in the US and Ben is in Monrovia. She go and recharge for Ben. It was happening. People were calling family members and friends from the diaspora, said, please recharge my LEC token. And it was going. Use the mobile money process or your same way you recharge and current for people. It was working. So smart meter, is that what you come and lecture us on, Joseph Boaka? This is one of the useless news ever. It does not solve and change a single thing for electricity in the country. And this is just us being real. Until Joseph Boaka and Jeremiah Kune and the Unity Party folks can forge sustainable solutions in some of these areas of dire need, we will come and talk it. If we have heard this morning that the government of Liberia have secured a, a deal worth billions of hundreds or hundreds of millions, that they are going to expand Liberia electricity capacity, brand new hydro system, or perhaps they're going to do a very serious or significant expansion of the Mankovi hydro dam, or they're going to ensure that Bon County have their own power plant, NIMBA, River G, Sino, or regional power plant programs, and we're going to experience a transition to a stable electricity, then we can talk about that. We're talking about country, yeah. We understand figure. How can you tell a country of over 5 to 6 million people who over the years are yearning for stable electricity, and at a time where you promised to rescue the people, you announced filibuster grandstand and said that you will bring stable electricity everywhere dark in Monrovia. Our people cannot have light. If people see light for 6 hours, then me, you not do something. 6 hours is the highest some communities can have light. The only people who enjoying light in a country now are Joseph Boakai immediate neighbors, because that part of Liberia rehab always have that kind of stable electricity because it is a VIP ground where you have very important personalities. That community have produced two presidents. So that community is giving key attention. When George Weah was president, even some of the residents of neighbor, I had a friend there who told me that he and his house, or they weren't paying, light bills. That the president at the time, George Weah, covered their light bill. They have free electricity. But besides that, there are majority of the communities, there are thousands of Liberians, millions of Liberians going to bed in darkness. And you talk about, in fact, the 6 million cannot even solve the electricity crisis that is in Monrovia alone. It cannot solve it. So you should start doing that. And Joseph Barker should be seen. Those kind of thing, when you can't, you don't talk about it. Let LEC say go talk, say, through the government, some negotiation, we got small talking and communicate well. We get small talking, and that one should come from the LEC boss. It should not be reported or projected as a major gains from the government. When Marabio traveled, do you know what he brings for Sierra Leone? It's hundreds of millions. When John Dramani Mahama traveled, you know what he brings for Ghana? He brings hundreds of millions. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Nigeria, travels out of
So,
Nigeria, he go and bring in a $1 billion
so
investment. Go and see the
Ben,
coastal highway.
let's be real, right? They say small maybe. Since Bwaka became president, Bwaka have never brought anything back. For the first of his kind, the president brought 6 million. Then you want to tell the president a small thank you, sir. You know what I mean? To use taxpayer money every time the travel ball Bwaka. He been traveling. You know what I mean? The man brought 6 million back. But let us move on quickly to this, and we move on to the next issue. We're taking this strictly up to 9 o'clock. Probably will take us later. I wanted to say we might not take us, but we can leave the colors in
Oh,
Zibili, right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, so we need to take us because there have been a lot of things that we have been talking about and continue to talk about. Look at this picture, Ben. What do you see there? Who you see in the picture? I want to know who is this white guy behind here? This white guy that is giving, I think the white guy is a bit confused as to what is going on. He was the first person my eyes captured. I shouldn't lie. I seen President Waka is very big. Domuya, the president there of Ivory Coast, is very big on the picture there. But it's the white guy that I saw. You think, Ben? You think what these two people were discussing?
Well, from the facial expression of His Excellency President Domboya, from the facial expression of His Excellency President Domboya and Joe Barker, you can clearly see that they do not have a cordial relationship. Domboya's facial expression, he's telling Joseph Barker, why are you being deceptive like this? We hear a conversation. You didn't communicate to your people and tell the Liberian people that, okay, they land here, I agree that it's for Guinea, it's not for oil again. Our Guinea soldiers there. That Guinea property, so Guinea get our soldiers protecting the land. Why your vice president utter reckless statement? See, too, the man say, oh, my man, like you don't want to say you get your vice president say you get 2 3 minutes that can overthrow our country. Eh? And he said, oh, I can't say. Look at that, the facial expression. That's why it's projecting. Domboya fear is serious. Domboya turned to him, and the other heads of states or senior government officials there, because you can see that person looking there is like he's on the second row. So the first row it looks like it's reserved for the heads of states, and then the row at the back for their principal cabinet officials. Domboya, look at the facial expression. That facial expression speaks volume to something. Somebody were deceptive to another person, and in this case, Joseph Boakai is being deceptive to the Liberian people, and he's being also insincere to the president of Guinea. So Domboya is talking to him, CFA. Oh my man, you know the land here, we agree the land for Guinea. You when you had press conference in your country, you did not tell the truth that the land for Guinea now. You don't thought that we agree the land for all, that you the land for Liberia again. You, Joseph Boakai, your vice president say that he get 2 3 men that can overthrow our country. Also, that way you go in here, then Joseph Boakai, see, Joseph Boakai looks very, very unsure of himself. You know, like someone at lay ball, people are talking to him. He had to compose himself to listen. You know, don't almost like I gotta be careful what the man sign me. That kind of thing going on right here. On a more serious note, this is no diplomat. Joseph Boakai deceptive. And Yeke Kolba was right, teammate. Yeke was right. We have unearthed classified information that the land over there, Joseph Boakai negotiated and agreed on a what, guys, or on a what basis, or on what basis rather, they discussed that the land is for Guinea, only the Wasanga mafia in Joseph Boakai knows. It's deceptive. He did not brief the Liberian people on the true nature. He came from Guinea. You can't say, oh, we're using diplomatic means. So, my people, fellow Liberians, Joseph Boakai Domboya has warned him strongly and told him that my men will continue to be to that place, and you must tell your people. And we are prepared in terms of anything. And your man Jeremiah Kunse, and you have people that can come and overthrow cities in our country. We're ready. We read it. And you just about I know you just think, oh no, I'm in Tekun to say it. But when I go back, we'll review the situation. So that is my own perspective on what I see in this picture display
Okay.
on our on
So
our on our monitor.
from our end, quickly, because we have 2 minutes coming up to 9 o'clock. We are to get our guests. Before we take the course, Ben will do the introduction of our guests for today from 9 up to 10 o'clock. But you know that look. You know what? You know what I sense from that look. What I sense is the two people were having conversation, right? Because the president told her you went there to go settle the issue or whatever. The president came back, they intensify. So the two people were having conversation, and it's like Bwaka said something, right? I'm late to say this. Because it's like Bwaka said something timid, and when Bwaka said it, somebody else said, look, don't tell me that thing.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that thing. What kind of thing you telling me there? So don't tell me that thing. The Bwaka trying to, justify
Yeah.
to explain himself more. No, they just mommy, don't tell me. You see the me looking at, don't tell me that thing face.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that thing around me. Look at that face. You did hear everything I did. Don't tell me nothing. Then Papa do that, don't tell me. Papa, I get too much respect for you. Papa, don't tell me
Yeah.
nothing. I get respect for you, Papa. You came to that place there, you know what you talk already. You know what we talk. The respect I get for you if you want all of me, that me. Because I heard the thing that your vice president was talking. Your vice president making all kind of remarks there. Don't tell me anything. I won't hear that thing. The program we came for, take your 6 million and go with it. I don't hear anything about. Look,
Exactly.
this too is Liberia, man.
I
This
told
too
you
is
that happened.
Liberia.
I
This
told
too
you that
is
happened.
Liberia.
You
That
can see
face, yes,
you can
you
see
go up in
president
front of
from
that face
Puppet.
looking at, yes, that face looking at, don't tell me that. You see the man like,
Yeah.
think that work up behind them there now. That's my boy. Went to him and then say, but what really going on between the man and the woman? What really going on? If you want a gist, Uncle American will tell you. Tell him the voice like, bro, you listen to it. You will hear what we're talking here. Because he's like, why do people? Because I think Joseph Boga tried to use, because it happens now. Like for an example, Ben, we are both ministers, for other countries, or we are both presidents, right? And then we are attending a particular program, sitting in the same space. I might want to, use that chance to have few conversation, even if it's not with the president or whatever, even in the media feed, right? There are people who will be sitting at the same place. They want to make that negotiation, and just to have some talk and things.
Exactly.
When the talk going on and to me, I say, hey, look, Papi, the respect I care for you, let me tell you. That's what you respect. Don't tell me nothing. Look, they make it because nobody is looking straight like into Baka face. I see Baka looking into Muya face, like Baka looking at Muya clothes on him, looking at the main everything. You look at
Exactly.
it. They be looking straight in Baka apple.
And don't worry, in charge.
Oh yes.
You're
Don't
in
tell me
charge.
nothing. They can't have that. We can't have that. We do our can't have move on here. Don't bring and lamp and me nothing. We finish with it. What a mentality. Some people say, oh yes, peace. That peace thing, yeah. When somebody doing peace thing, you can see them smiling, shaking
But you might not
hands.
unity party
You
surrogate.
can see them smiling, shaking hands. Look at it, the picture looking at peace thing. You see people laughing about making peace on people, when people are getting a concert, everybody laughing. But you see in that picture, it is what it is. But let's move on quickly, Ben. I want us to be able to just pass through them quickly. Those of the people who are making a view to you should pass through it quickly because there are a lot of things that we have been talking about. But let's pass through this one, Ben. You're going to give your take on this, and then I'm going to come in with it. On yesterday, it was a National Nurses Day. Was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. National Nurses Day. So let me say happy belated National Nurses Day to all of the nurses in and out of Liberia. These are the people that save our lives. These are the people that we go to. The nurse take the injection, putting it in you. You even know what is she putting in you? What is she coming kill you? Or she coming kill you? But we gotta appreciate them because these are the people that they are life-saving people. We trust them with our everything. We know about that field. You go nurse, get you the tablet and say, take care, you taking it. You understand? So we have to appreciate them. These are people that are unique kind of people that we respect a whole lot. So yesterday was National Nurses Day, and also on yesterday, Josiah Joker from the Civil Service Agency, and the likes of other ministries, the Ministry of Finance and other ministries, they came together and then they officially placed 304 ELWA nurses on the payroll. ELWA hospital nurses on the Civil Service payroll. That was what they did. Let me commend the act. We say, oh, the next day need to be paid, but there are a few things that I have to say to it before Ben coming. This one I'll weigh in first. Thank you for putting ELWA nurses on the government payroll, on the Civil Service Agency payroll. But let me ask this question. Let me say this to you, Josiah Joker, and the other ministries that thought about that and decided to do so. That is a very great one. But ELWA, do you know that ELWA is a private hospital? ELWA is not a government hospital. ELWA is a private hospital. It's being run by some white people. Even the other time, ELWA said people were not meddling in the business. Staffers were complaining about payment and blah, blah, blah. They said that it is not a government hospital. Thank you so much for putting these nurses on the payroll. We appreciate the fact that you did so. You put food on the table of people. But let me ask, these volunteers who are volunteering to the government facilities, these people who have been volunteering for 5-6 years, I know some of them, not personally, but some of them have complained. Oh, I'm volunteering at so and so hospital, and I'm here for about 3 years now. I'm yet to get on the payroll. What do you make of them? It's almost like you get a problem to your house, you settle ill, you get some kind of house that you're supposed to fix, you fix it. You live it in zero. Then you take your money and then you go put it on girlfriend house, and then you build it, you furnish the girlfriend house. Then you finish, you come back to your zero. Like I said, I'm happy. You put people on payroll. You put food on people's table. But don't you think these people who have been volunteering for quite some time at your various facilities, they deserve to get on payroll too? Let's be real. That should be your first and foremost priority. ELWA hospital is a private hospital, it's not a government hospital. So you putting the people on payroll, thank you. That could be a bonus to the ELWA hospital because you have settled your home problem. But this government, you see, under the post, go under the post. See how many government officials, not government officials, but volunteers that commented. I think I screenshotted some of the comment. Okay, somebody said, why will nurses at private hospital get on government payroll when those volunteering at government hospitals are not yet on government payroll? Then someone said, how effective will this be? Then somebody said, why nurses in Liberia have been volunteering for over 3 years, have not gotten on payroll. Okay, so the views are different. But from my own standpoint, I really do think that the government should have, putting some of these people on payroll, some of the people who have been volunteering. Because some of the people who are volunteering, mind you, they even went to school and got their degree, but there's nothing doing, so they have to volunteer to be able to keep up the work. Because the thing about the nursing work is you have to be in the field. If you move on there, you start forgetting small. So why you cannot do that? You know how many times nurses have cried around here for salary business? And one of the questions that one of the individuals there asked under the post I just captured, it's nice. How effective it's going to be? That's a private hospital. The people there, they get the people in America, that hospital, they get where people taking care of it. As much as some of the people there complain on a daily basis that they are not being paid the amount that they should be paid by these white people. So Josiah Joker, we know that you want to do good. We know that you want for the public to see you. As much as you are not doing anything to ask at the civil service agency, you even know how to be able to talk. You went Bon County here. You talk to the people on 2 different occasions, nurses, hospital being closed in Bon County or Phoebe Hospital. The people said that they didn't work it. You went there, you thought you left for there. The people still did not go to work. You went there again, you thought again, the people still did not go to work. So I know that you want the presses and things, but that should have been a bonus. Be able to settle your home problem. These people who are volunteers, and they have papers. They are qualified, put their own payroll. As much as the owner salary, some of them salary, every time the cousin is on, again, can regular, but let him be on payroll. How can you be volunteering for more than 3 years? Level torso and torso. What kind of volunteerism is that? And the volunteering, you jack what you're looking at United Nations volunteer because the United Nations of volunteerism, they get it for a certain period. They will say 6 months, you got to volunteer. After the 6 months, they will stop the program and they go into another thing. When they're about to put another volunteer, and the volunteers that with the United Nations or people who volunteer at United Nations, they get paid per month $500 USD if you are volunteering. But some of these people are not even getting transportation. You're not compensating them. But you don't want to put it on payroll. Then you leave your house problem, you go way to private hospital here. So it's a responsibility for the private hospital now. Look at JFK there, look at other hospitals there. Look at what Phoebe people were protesting for just the other time. To the hospital. Why they have hospitals closed? Why they took pregnant women for on bed? They put people out of the hospital. Why they did that? You don't focus on it. You go to ELW hospital. ELW hospital has the facility because it's a private hospital. They have the things that they're able to pay that people. That's the reason why they made the hospital a private hospital. But you tell them and put it on government period. But let's see how you bend. They'll move to the phone lines.
On a serious note, the health sector is one of the major sector in the country. And I want to recognize and say bravo to all of our nurses and all those people in the health sector rendering services to save life. And I think a responsible government should be able to address the need and concerns of those people who are providing life-saving services across the country. And this is where, again, the Boakakon regime has failed. And instead of finding pragmatic solutions or creating sustainable solutions, the Unity Party regime, they're more focused on proving a point, in the words of UP Representative Sumo Molba. And so until the government can be able to find a pragmatic solution where they will be able to settle the welfare, meet up with uh, the benefits and needs of the nurses across the country or those in the health sector, we'll continue to find these problems. And these are some of the factors undermining the quality of healthcare delivery system in Liberia. These are some of the problems. And again, those who are responsible to solve the problem, instead of them being real about it, instead of them making practical steps, forging real solution, they're not doing it. In fact, they're cherry picking. You cannot, for example, say, okay, you deal with the other nurses only because you want to be seen, okay, that the governmental action, when in fact there are a large segment of the nursing population that have not even been touched or their needs and concerns have not been addressed. The last time we look at Phoebe Hospital in Bond County, the entire Phoebe Hospital was upside down, nurses protesting, and we saw photos and videos from the hospital bed, unequipped and unkept medical facilities. This is wrong. You're treating the sector very poorly. The infrastructures are unkept. The workforce are not being respected. They are not being prioritized. Medications are not supplied to those facilities. So it's just a whole big mess. It's a mess of situation, and a government that failed to address the basic needs of the people, especially healthcare. Without good health, there's nothing a person can do. Health is the greatest wealth anyone can have. With good health, you can be able to work hard. With good health, you can go to school. With good health, you can do your work. With good health, you can do your business. With good health, you can be able to preach as a clergyman. In the absence of that, there's nothing a person can literally do without good health. So a government that failed to prioritize addressing the health concerns of the citizens and the welfare of the nurses who are providing life-saving jobs, then it becomes a problem. And quickly, in summary, here's where again I want to say thank you to His Excellency President George Manawia, who took the health sector very seriously. He identified challenges and he stepped in at a time to provide real-time solution by placing volunteer nurses on the payroll, increasing the salary of doctors, sending some doctors out of the country to get professional training and become expertise in setting health care delivery. He did that. And so we want to hail President Weah. And unlike the Boakai Kun regime that has been very lackadaisical and nearly 3 years, they haven't been able to forge any tangible or real-time solution. But again, we hope that the health sector can be given serious attention. It can be prioritized because that is one sector that should not be a victim of political and administrative ineptitude. Because when the health sector of a country is messed up, it affects the life and well-being of the citizens. So, Joseph Boakai, please, your administrative ineptitude and poor leadership should not strangulate the health sector. At least for once, have some spine, have some balls to be able to pay attention to that sector because it's important. This is about life saving.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let us now go to the lines. You have listened from 7 this morning. We have been talking about a lot of things. We have 2 minutes up to 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we are to take our guest, but probably we'll take him in at 9:15 to entertain calls. Those of you who have been following, wanting to weigh in, these are the numbers. Orange subscribers 0773419502. 0773419502, 0773978564, 0773978564. And for Lone Star subscribers, this is the alternative line for you to make your point this morning. 0881 275 189, 0881 275 189. Alternative line for those of you in the diaspora, +231 779 003835, +231 779 003835. These are the numbers to participate, Liberians. You're listening to Voice of Liberia 104.1, and this is the program Good Morning Liberia. My name is Samira Wonla. I'm here with Ben Believe Topa this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Your name and where do you join us from?
Yeah, Deep Marisma calling from Peace Island Community, CDC number 1.
Okay, let's hear you CDC number 1.
Yeah, like he said, for me, my intention to do this morning to segment work out bringing $6 million back to Liberia.
Okay.
it's just a useless to Liberia and
The
shame
$6
to.
million is useless. I mean, to Liberia.
I said yes, it's a useless old man to Liberia.
Hey
And
man, how you talk about the president like that?
that
The president, man.
that is not acceptable to our country.
When somebody talk about George Weah like that, how you feel?
They said it so many times. Or says yeah, they said it. Just when you call the president as president of your nation a boy, so it's not straight into Liberia. So he be in a position today. I mean, somebody call him useless.
So you are paying debt now?
No, we're not paying debt. We are reminding him.
Oh.
We are reminding him what he did before and what he said before. We are reminding him now what he's in the driving seat right now.
So he said there's no use for the $6 million.
It's not. It's for me. If I'm in a position, I would take Joseph Boakai when he there and beat the ball with racket because he's not even deserve to be a president. You can imagine he's stalled for almost close to 3 years plus. He's coming back with $6 million things in this country. It's just a useless to him. Thank you.
Thank you for participating. Let's talk to more persons here this morning. I hope you seditionists are not paying double because they do it to we are so you don't do it to Boakai. The paper brought the $6 million. You ain't get anything good to say about it. All the traffic the men be doing, the men brought $6 million in the country. You ain't say anything about it. But anyways, we talk about the $6 million issue. We also talked about this issue that has to do with the water, that has to do with Liberians, intensifying situation, that has to do with transportation. And also, what was the last issue about? Yes, the look that Doumbouya gave the president Boakai in this Ministry of Health thing, not ministry, but this civil servant man who called himself Josiah Joker. He went on to go put private hospital people on payroll. Yeah, people need to misplaced, man. Morning.
Good morning, Good morning, Ben. Well,
Morning.
My name is you guys sending from chicken to pastor. For me, yeah, I mean, I put to I saw the Dumoya looking at person. That is a give respect to the president. You can't look at your whole person as that.
Well, what it tell me that look might be disrespect?
No.
So when you look at somebody, it mean that disrespect? I can look at you bad way with good intention. What kind of thing you talking there?
Yeah, okay, it's not Dumoya mean that you is telling him, look, you came to Guinea without a document. You agree upon that the name of Guinea. Your bad president are making reckless statement and then you look at him, you can't say anything. I mean, Ben said that metro, when I around when he said that to you. That's why Dumoya was threatening him. He said, when you try to tell that slogan, you go around my country. But for me, I will take you from the brother that was so benefit that president. I was telling Dumoya was telling me. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Probably I guess we'll come in a few minutes from now. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara. How you been doing?
I'm okay. I'm always okay. Am I always okay? Yes, I am always okay. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Okay. I call from District 15 though. My attention drew from the $3 million you talked about.
It's not 3, it's 6.
Yeah, I said the $6 million you talked about. My attention drew to 8.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Which of the country signed that $6 million for your Liberian people?
The man did it in Kenya, Nairobi.
Yeah, we got that Kenya signed it, or the Kenya president signed it, or who is that?
The people signed the MOU. There, Joseph Boakai signed it, Kenya and Liberia. When they say MOU now, that they did it.
Oh, Kenya and Liberia. Well, that's correct. For $6 million to Kenya and Liberia, but you know the main thing is, let me tell you something. If you get on the outside when your man said that I get a job, and then you think that, you dress the man off fine, you prepare for him to get to work when he went to work. And the job that you say you own, when you go look, it's not a good job. Now knowing you went down, what is that man to them? Somebody in wheelbarrow. And secondly, my reason of saying this secondly again, it should not be the Ghanaian bosses issue too. We have to be careful. You are an investigator. You are a journalist investigator. So you have to investigate. Try to late before you're going to have news out.
Now what kind of news you talking about?
I don't know what to say, I don't use. Yeah, you are investigate thoroughly before you're going to get out. They don't confuse us.
So what happened now?
It didn't happen. I said, do the thorough investigation before you bring the news out.
So the people did not get it. So they did not get it $6 million. That's what you saying?
I don't dispute the fact of the $6 million. I said, do thorough investigation.
What kind of thorough investigation we do now?
That's no. This is
Because you're high. Yeah,
he really love the puppy. I'm not going to puppy the beauty. You can't understand what he's saying. What kind of thorough investigation you do?
Everybody get an issue. I can't do that.
I bet you need to call back to do that over. I will be able to understand you. Morning. Morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Lloyd D. Johnson, and I join you from station number 11, Quebec community.
Okay.
Yeah, you see my sister. So sometimes when we hear this kind of information, then it can really make us to be happy. Sign the MOU like another thing. Implementation like another thing. The people can just use this man because they know that in front of him, they will sign it. But as soon as he pay it back, how many travelers they may have not traveled? They may take picture with the richest man of the world, even more. Where come all of it? He went France, he take picture, he took picture with Macron. Where came all of it? All the things are just show way. They just see them there, just play for. Let me just know their form, but just play picture to la floor. We really regret it. Let me I really regret it. Just go in the country. Yeah, man, we are nonsense, man. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This person, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Tamara. And me say good morning to the my name is Oliver Wazra. So I'll call you from Jakarta this morning. So me say, thank you for your show. Samira, if you can remember, Mr. Baga went to Indonesia, I think somebody last year. And then he came from there, I know Indonesia or China. And he said that the people are committed to, but I know he said carbon watching for 50 billion. 50 billion in
Indonesia, yeah, right. It's Indonesia, the palm oil something.
So up to now, we are yet to see that deal. Not MOU at the time. The son went in Indonesia and the son another one in South Korea. And they still remember that deal. They were run 50 off 45 billion. He said they were bringing carbon watching in Gambasa. Up to now, we are yet to receive that MOU. Today again, we are talking about another 6 million. From where? From Kenya. I know which. So it is very frustrating that Mr. Baga will be lying on Liberian people. Let Mr. Baga bring all the documents that the people of Kenya giving 6 million to come and help our electric.
Okay. So.
Situation like that I was taking Liberia.
Okay. So.
Is not doing anything.
Thank you. So let us get this very clear. Okay, let us get this clear. At a very point in time, at first, you have 6 on the executive mansion page, wherein all of the media outlets go on. All of the media outlets. I just went on it. All of the media outlets carrying 6 million, 6 million, 6 million. There was a change. Now it is 26 million agreement, not 6, 26. So those of the media outlets who are out there carrying out 6 million, 6 million, we here to tell you, say not 6 million, it is 26 million. Probably there was a mistake. At times, people can be happy over plus, they can be overly happy, they can be mistake. We understand. But the executive mansion is now reporting not what they reported first. They're saying that it is 26 million.
Then there is an issue now. From 626, there's an issue
so
now.
It's
propaganda.
I think I can
propaganda now.
I think I can put some of the. Let me put some of the media outlet. Let me put some of the media outlet. I just screenshot it just now. Let me put some of the media outlet that is carrying 6 million on the screen. I want to. Is this it?
This is theatric. Theatrical.
Okay, let me do it because it's important that we be able to. If there's a mistake, we'll be able to rectify it. We are not government anyway. I'll always say no, we are not. So let me send this here and then I save it. Just few of the media outlets that posted 6 million Let me get more. Let me get more credible media outlets. Ben, you want to come in while I'm getting more? Just a
Yes.
screenshot from
So
some of it.
like we've always said, these are all theatrics. So they sound $6 million. The $6 million with boho in it.
Okay, this is OKFM again with the 6 million. And now
Yeah, it's
on the
6 million. It's six
let me speak.
million.
What I say the
It's
match I saying it's reporting 26 million, my brother. I'm
it's
checking it from the
propaganda.
second national page.
Yeah, it's propaganda. It's propaganda. These people follow the media. The government is is an unapologetic follower of Voice of Liberia. They listen to the show.
26, 26.
It's
Okay.
propaganda.
Let me get
It's
few. There are few credible media institutions. You know, it's important that when we see these things, we be able to talk about them and be able to say out. Right. So let me see whether I can place
we're
it on
gonna
the
be in
screen here.
government. We're gonna be in
And
government.
then
What else? A
uh,
real full
and
one now government. One yesterday they post 6 million. It trend. We boho in the argument, then they come to they say 26 million. So they just take two and pull it behind the six. So criminal in the other
yeah,
government.
26, 26. The editor is 26. Okay. Let me see. I want to save this. I'm doing both at the same time.
There is no way you can be writing 26 and you only post six. They didn't say two, they say six, so they don't want the two and just post six. It ran for a whole of yesterday. Reported in all the media
All the media, even
yesterday.
no, not even yesterday. Even this morning, right? This morning, even this morning, it was being people reporting it this morning that it is called the thing. It is
6 million.
6 million. Even just 1 hour ago, there's a credible
Bua-
media institution I posted one
Bwaka,
hour ago. You
Bwaka,
see the time.
Bwaka is a real Wasonga mafia. Yeah, Wasonga mafia.
Don't
And
get
he
time
was
for
also
you.
being around. It ain't got loud. No, fella that bring no money. Bwaka don't bring rock in our country. Rock. He bring rock
Who
from
tell you
6
say they
million.
bring your time?
After 3 days, you say that 6 million you sign. After 3 days, you can't say, oh, that 26 million. Maybe day after tomorrow, you can't say that 100 million. You think that campaign here you running? You say not executive mansion, not campaign here. You probably can lie too much, man. You probably here, so you're lying whole day.
Who told you that Bwaka? Who told you that Bwaka get time for the thing? The boss said the people get time for you. The people finish telling you I said that 26. I can be put it there. You people listen.
We will handcuff
I
them
want
and
to
put
say
them in
everything.
jail. The
I want
United
to say
Party people, they will be handcuffed and put in jail. Will persecute them.
I want to save everything. Okay, this is Trocon on a post. We will give the media. It's okay. We'll give them credit. We'll give them the credit. We'll give them it. We'll play it. All right, process then you put two. Okay, let's get them saved, and then we'll put it on the screen one by one. We'll give the media institution credit. We get problem here because the people now the whole thing not changed now. So we gotta tell the people and say, oh, the people change the thing. So now say same thing, say 6 million and small money. The person will coming for you. Okay, okay. So let's be able to get it quickly here. Let's see. Let's see as to if we get it on the screen. What happened, Ben, is like you shocked. You shocked. Are you shocked?
I'm not shocked. I know we get, I know that brain let that be in 2023. I know that being we get over there.
Okay. This is
Little
the
bag of
executive
business.
mansion page. The executive mansion page says 26 million. You have seen it? It was being edited. You have seen it, right? 26. You have 26. What I say is this one? All the media people they have to go and go change the thing that they put. Then
Look,
let's
that
get to okay. Let's get to this one. We're opening this one. Okay, okay. This is OKFM. 1 hour ago, OKFM says 6 million. OKFM is one of the reliable institutions as part of Liberia is. Look at it. It is six. You seen it there, right?
yeah,
Six. 1 hour ago,
I did
six. Now,
not edit it. Did not edit it. Put two behind the six now. Say 26.
listen. OKFM says six. 1 hour ago. One
They
hour
just
ago, it was
they,
six.
they just edit that.
Who edited it?
Okay, I haven't edited that. Then I put 26 there.
Just now?
Yeah, the edit that. The one you just display the edit that. You know when you know the thing about the edit. When you post 1 hour ago and you edit 2 hours ago, it will not count that say the post have been edited on Facebook. When they
No,
WhatsApp
but
message,
listen. Listen, read a comment. It says Waka overseas US dollars 6 million due.
Yeah. Guess
Hey,
what
you
the
see the
blunder?
first comment there?
Guess what?
When
Guess
they
what the
came
blunder?
down here, when they came down here, they said 26 million agreement.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see, it's
The
conflicting.
blunder. The
Yeah,
blunder.
it is. It is. You see, you read it coming up there is Waka overseas US dollar 6 million, right? And then we want to get one more. We added to it. Then we call it a day on this issue. We take just few more calls, and then I'm sorry, no. Let me see where I'm supposed to go. Okay, okay,
Timmy. Just test
yeah.
one of
Go
your
ahead.
OK. Just test one of your OKFM man. And say you gotta edit
Let
that
them
thing.
go
You post
teach
it
it.
up
Yeah.
and let it pull two up what it says. But just screenshot it for your record. Just
No,
screenshot it for your
I
record.
have it. No, I have it screenshotted already.
Okay.
It's screenshot already. I have it. It's screenshotted. It's the screenshot
Uh,
that I sent up there. It said 6 million. I want to put spoon on there. What it says 6 million.
yeah,
Let
man,
me put it there.
fake NFC. Fake NFC government.
Where is the thing? Where
I
is
be
the
lying to your own citizen and just to say that foreigner made and voted for you. They seem like Brentford that vote for you. You're lying to them that. You're supposed to say million down for 3 days there. We tell you say million I can do nothing for LEC in the country. Everybody knows say million I can do. They can put on the same million. Even you go your legacy and put 100 million there. Will tell the people what the country actually need to have stable electricity. You think you can fool people? You think that way by what you said about last say and get master degree
okay.
and they don't own check behind only you earn grade from?
Look. Yeah, the probably to not get master degree. Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to get this one from Spoon. It's not coming. Okay. Everywhere in Spoon has 6. It's 3 hours ago. I want to get this. I want to get this particular one on the screen so that it be displayed there. I don't know why I'm not accessing it. I actually want to. I don't want to show it to the camera. I want to get it on the screen before somebody say, "Oh, she just show her phone to the camera and things like that." No, we won't get it on the screen. Hmm? Let's see. Let's see as to if we can be able to get it there. Ben, you want to continue with the talking? Then put it last
Yeah,
this last screenshot there. Then we move
exactly.
on.
So fellow
Mhm.
Liberians, like you always said to you, the government is deceptive. The government can lie. They can steal. They corrupt. That Tagun just said. The government is very corrupt. They are deceptive. These people posted on the executive mansion page about a day or two ago and said that Joseph Boakai secured $6 million. And they come and bring smart meter. Y'all think we get sense, eh? Smart meter. Can smart meter improve or expand the electricity grant? What thing smart meter got to do with my coffee hydro and LEC dry season or rainy season wahala? That smart meter can fix it with boho in our other argument. And in those statements, I can do nothing for electricity improvement in let's just say in Moria before we talk about Liberia in general. Now all executive mansion, all the different media outlets in the country report that 6 million. And then money they kind of listen to voice of Liberia, the analysis, they run by,
Okay,
they go change
there
and
you
put two
go.
behind it.
Look at
Not
what the
criminal
other
no guy.
look at
No
what the
criminal,
other
man.
person posted. Ben, it says President Boakai oversees landmark US dollar 6 million agreement to establish Liberia's first electrical manufacturing plant. Nairobi, Kenya, on the margins of Africa Forward Summit in Nairobi, the government of Liberia, through the Electricity Corporation, signed a memorandum of understanding with Kenya-based Thames Electrical Limited for the establishment of Liberia's blah 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 blah. The agreement valued at approximately $6 million. The other post is from another media institution, Spoon. It says $6 million. This why did I even okay? Let me add the stage. And this other post is from Spoon. It says 6, and this post is from OK. It says 6, but this post is from the Executive Mansion. It says 26. So it said that these other media institutions they are making mistakes. Ben, don't you think that these people are making mistakes?
They did not
Why
make
you blame
mistake. They did not make mistake. The government is running propaganda instead of reporting facts, and this is very sad for the country. This is pure propaganda. Joseph Boakai didn't go Kenya alone. Joseph Boakai had 100,000 US on on his ATM card or Visa card. He travel with his, you get Sarah Beslow Yanti over there, you get Mama Ability, and he travel with journalists as well. You get the press people that reporting. Kula Fufana and the other beginning in that office, they
So
all they're covering it.
probably they made a mistake and then they correct something
That's not a
happened.
mistake. That's
Because
propaganda. That's
you can tell
propaganda.
me
That's
that
not a mistake.
almost everybody, almost all the credible media institution will get 6 million, 6 million. Then you get 26 million. Then you
The,
uploaded it on 4 hours ago, but the credible media institution uploaded it on 3 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago. So you tell me all of them just made mistake?
it's not
What's
mistake.
happening?
It's
What's
not
happening?
mistake. But the people are not sophisticated. These criminals in
What's
power, they're
happening?
not sophisticated. They're not the United Party not sophisticated people. But what they fail to understand is that the Liberian people of 2005, 2011, 2017, 2023 will not be the Liberian people that you're going to meet 2029. The Liberian people you are going to face 2029 are a conscious group of citizens, conscious people who want better for their country and are not going to settle for the bare minimum. In as much as His Excellency President George Manuel Weah did his very best for the country, the Liberian people gave President Weah the elections, the highest number during the first round. When the election went to second round, what happened when that happened? Y'all walk away with a very tiny margin. It tell you something that the people in hate George Weah. But y'all say y'all can rescue. People say y'all can't do the rescue. Let's see it. And you're messing up everything like this. These people are actually criminals. They are criminals. And I think that some of them guilty. So, the, the editorial now that they've done, or the edit they've done on the executive mansion page, somebody have pinched there and said they think your poem makes sense. To tell the Liberian people that Joseph Boakai secured $6 million for smart meters and things that will improve electricity, somebody told them it makes no sense. So what can we do? But let me 26. So they put two behind it. This is a disgrace. The so-called MOU Joseph Boakai signed for $6 million, that paper they signed. Where were the journalists they carry? When we say journalists, they are executive mansion reporter or whoever worked for them, for their office. I'm not talking about the independent media. I'm talking about the ones that work for Boakai that they carry over there. Well, Kula Fofana so Kula Fofana made mistake. Shalima Pia made mistake, and the other people in the press and public affairs office made mistake at the executive mansion. So the whole press secretary. So what the other people doing all that? Let me tell you something. It is not a mistake. This is a well-calculated propaganda from the United Party, but the propaganda, it make no sense. It lit. And mark my words, going forward, these people are going to be inflating numbers now. Boakai will continue his useless trips, and United Party will come with inflated numbers. This is embarrassing. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
And shame on Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kung. And teammate, you stress a point. Why we celebrating the 6 million? I said, teammate, the 6 million cannot be celebrated because Liberia, we have come too far to be celebrating the least, very insignificant efforts. It is shameful and embarrassing. We come from a country where when we're having conversation out here with our African counterparts, the only thing we can say is that George Weah legacy we can be able to bluff with, we can be able to talk with. Besides talking about George Weah, normally I don't really tell people we're the oldest independent republic
Hmm.
because I'll be honest with you, it make no sense. It make no sense. Teammate, we have a very good accent as Liberians. especially the few of us who understand how to speak the Liberian way, and those of us who are able to eloquently communicate ourselves. When we come out here and we're speaking, people normally don't know we are from Liberia. And when we tell them we come from Liberia, then they are eager to understand, oh, these people come from Liberia. Where is Liberia? Then they want to investigate. They want to do their research. And we tell them, too often people think, especially these different African countries I've been to, normally people think that I'm from somewhere in the West. And I tell them, no, I'm from Liberia. George Weah's country, the place President Weah comes from. And they Google the only African ballot dog. And sometimes when I show, sometimes we have to attach ourselves with George Weah to be respected. I go through my forms, show them pictures with President Weah, show them some political things, and that's how we are. That's how we get some level of respect to sit on the table with serious-minded people in these places we are. Because I tell you for sure, living in these aristocratic communities, everybody wants to know your status, where you've worked before, your affiliates, your network. People want to know them. And for the fact that you're living amongst good people, you're having good conversations, they have to know your background. So when we show them our connection in the politics, our affiliation with the Excellency President, we are the greatest Liberian, the greatest Liberian in our dispensation or our generation has witnessed, then they tend to respect us. But besides that, nothing else to show. We cannot be celebrating 6 million. We cannot be celebrating 6 million. Yeah, you're very
Definitely.
tall. You're very tall. You're very tall. At that presidential press secretary and that minister of information. All the other speaking Tana are not able to do is to curse and insult people. Joseph Boakai Lexus alone cost over 100,000 US dollars. And somebody said the total the two brand new Lexus they bought, I think I know about $1 million. I don't know if that is true, but for me, I would just put it as over. Okay, yeah, let's leave the argument. Joseph Boakai bulletproof Lexus alone. Do you know how much those Lexus cost? Do you know how much Joseph Boakai, the benefit, the brand new homes he's building and all of that? His ministers, Tantan Boakai carrying a watch of $100,000, and you expect us to celebrate $6 million? $6 million cannot do a jing thing in our Liberian balance to improve electricity in our country. What can $26 million do? Say you want to bring $26 million argument. Even you take $26 million cannot expand Man Coffee Hydro. It requires hundreds of millions of dollars to be able to get Liberia to have stable electricity. How can we achieve that? We can only achieve that when we have a serious government. That group of people where the legislature that's supposed to even be speaking on some of the issues, they're having comedy dinner organized by Richie Kun, This is unfortunate for Liberia.
Definitely. Let's take few more calls. I just thought to bring it excuse me. I just thought to bring it, to the minds of Liberians, as you know, because I was like confused when I saw all of these things. I've been like, but what is going on? But 0773, let's go back to the calls now. 0773 419502, 0773 419502, 0773 419502, 0773 978 Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samira. Yeah, I'm Ibrahim Sise calling from Boulevard Junction. So, Samira, listen to you. The 11th Fabian, and I'm expecting for the government to be lying to us. Because for my early time, auto church, we are done. We've been having update of Ebola and my coffee. My coffee, when dry season reach, so that they can say like 1 turban we use or 2 turban. When rainy season reach, now 4 turban we can use. So what we expect the government, especially the chosen Mamboka government, they say he know everything about the country himself as our president for 12 years. So nothing is inheriting about him, about the country. So we expect new things should be added on the mark coffee. We need more promotion about the mark coffee, more current be stable. But when they keep lying to all of them, definitely they just making people to be frustrated in the country. They just looking at you put a good woman outside, then you beat a bad woman in the house. That's why it's going on in this country. They're not going to be lying to us when it comes to the current business. The better said no about the current business now. Because for Maritan, we're following. If my memory can serve me right, we Maritan, the man who serves the coffee, the manager, and then he said the only way the coffee can serve you constantly is you will need to connect another river. Because the more water, the more current. And then my editor will see what to do about it. Since the man left, no government has done anything about it to connect another river to the river like getting the current. So these are some of the things we should be hearing. Like, oh, we're connecting the river to the river to get more current. But we're not hearing strategy in the money being just calculating, then we're not hearing about improvement of my copy. It's looking so embarrassing. Thank you for the day.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Abraham Davis are joining for taking the factory to people sharp behind Weston. Look, I appreciate you people for the show, and I've been following competition. You see, let me deal with the issues of this government. We told people from the beginning that this government is a reckless government. We will have nothing that this government can do for the people. We told people from the beginning, but no one listened to us. How can you rent a 6 million and then you come back and tell us it's 26 million? So how can the masses pay to know you people are speaking the truth? So I don't think that thing should be on screen so to like bring people because
at this point in time, at this point in time, I'm actually doing a post on my Facebook page and saying that some media institutions too should also be careful as to how to go about information. Whether probably they made a mistake or they did not make a mistake, probably some people just take copy and paste or something is not right. Because these the thing is, people rely. There are some Liberians who rely on some of these institutions too for information. So I don't really know what happened with this whole thing. You know, it's just kind of conflicting.
So it's a typical example. It's a typical example in a sense like if you are ruling a child, you give me a phone to go buy for the $10. And I come up to you as a mother. I say, oh, mother, I bought it from $10. You are asking me questions for money for time. And I come back and tell you, say, oh, I bought it from $20. So what is the choice? That's the problem. What is the choice? How can the masses be convinced? That's the problem. So with the government telling us they're spending a 6 million, what the entire media is told about, and then the government come back and tell us it's 26 million, this government is a reckless government. Seriously. So thank you for the comment. So I appreciate you people for the show. But they will want to see 2025.
Okay, thank you. This person, good morning.
Yeah, Sister Mara, good morning, my sister.
Good morning.
Yeah, let me say morning to Ben. This is the official spokesperson for Liberia movement, William W. Wu. And I joined for Carwell. What I can say this morning is that I think President Bogani to step aside, we'll find somebody to put there for 3 years that's remaining until 2029 we can go into election. Because you can't say you want to rescue the people and you are come to when the poor people they are drowning and you are come to live here for poverty for everything that you said yesterday, then we see the country is going beyond and backward. This is wrong for our country. What is the what are the guys doing? People say you the educated people. You the best brain. But what you're seeing now is something that's beyond what people say. So the past of government, I think we're group of the people. And you work out this here yesterday we're talking about I got GDP growth of 5%, 4%. Now today, are you hearing it in the middle of the system? I said, no. We see them no more. We see corruption all over, city, here and there. There's room for our country. See, when you give amount of money to face, we are for electricity. We say, I was to the what is this? What you guys are doing here? And then room for our country. They can go somewhere. Not put somebody there for leadership. Or something like that. I think it's a solution. Because what we are seeing now, the country is going beyond and backward. There's no improvement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to a few more persons and then we call it a day. Okay, let's talk to a few more persons and then we call it a day. Yeah, on Good Morning Liberia. The numbers are 0773-419-502, 0773-978-564. Lone Star subscribers 0881275189. These are the numbers to participate. And also the cash giveaways on dial *799*8#. Play with 200 and be able to win yourself some cash. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
This is Steve Mobile Sakama. I'm calling from Africa this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Samira, thank you for the topic of discussion. In the issue about this United Party, Samira, these guys feel that we are still in campaign period. And they feel that they're saying lies that they cajole the Liberian people with. It's the same lies that they will bring again to fool us. But at this time, we are well sophisticated. This government is know very well that all of Joseph Boga has over 15 million on trip, say he became president. Then we should be breaking, we should be posting of 6 million. What can 6 million do for Hadu? What we want to hear from the government is to construct the Britain, all the how they can construct new hydro to upgrade the kilowatt of this country. But we are here telling Masani, 6 million, we are diving.
The executive marshal is reporting to 26 million. That's 6 million.
That thing, that's not black. That thing.
Okay.
If people told us that when they went China, any told the government secure 3 billion. Why is the 3 billion today? These guys are generational liars. And they feel like people are stupid all the time. But we will tell these guys that we are not stupid. We will be patient until 2029. So we'll tell them that what the day in the past will not repeat itself. Thank you very much, Samira.
Okay, thank you. This person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samira. Good morning to Ben. Good morning to many listeners of Voice of Nigeria.
Okay.
This is testimony package.
Okay, testimony. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say thanks and dinner to you and Ben, entire workforce as the Voice of Nigeria for the job you do on a daily basis. But I'm saying, 26 million on a serious note, cannot stabilize electricity in this country, in the entire country. It can't even stabilize electricity in Monterrey. This to mention the entire country. Then when you look at our budget for 800 million, all the way down with 1.2 billion, then when you look at the speaker, deputy speaker, vice president, and all of our budget, then if Liberia is very serious and intentional about electricity, we should not be going for 26 million outside this country. Because it's not more than mockery. Now the government is trying to inform us that you have mineral resources in your country that you could even use to stabilize electricity. Why are you doing here begging for energy? So then you come and you pay your way, we just gave you the little token. Now we have another institution here that has to do with that very regulatory authority. I don't know why are they regulating. Anything cannot generate and regulate electricity in this country. The just this will be at sit down the generating the electricity bills of authority has to do so many. And guess what? It is better creating platform for business people, particularly the private sector. They are discouraging the private sector. Imagine this getting space, the home material of place. The government stands 2 hours, then it goes for almost 10 hours. I will pay for. It's embarrassing. They need to get on in this electricity. The contract to we sell for electricity for this time. Carry go. Electricity to be beyond us, road to be beyond us, but we do not have the kind of leader that are very intentional in changing and bringing some formation in the country. They don't want pocket money, that's all. Thanks for the show.
Thank you. Thank you for participating. Let me see. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry. Let's talk to this person. We'll take 2 more calls and then we wrap up. Good morning.
Good morning, man. How you been doing?
I'm okay. Anyway, where are you joining from?
I'm calling from this 15.
What is your name?
I heard somebody called a few minutes ago, and then the person said that you want to do a journalistic investigation. Why we carry him now? 26 million, 6 million, we want to carry him. Huh?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I said you 26 million because you report that 6 million. Then and 35 to 35 to 40 minutes ago now, we put it 26 million. We want to get them.
Their executive mansion is reporting 26 million.
And we want you to report that to the Liberian people first, and you congratulate them.
Which one I reported to the Liberian people and congratulated?
Yeah, you congratulate them.
If you followed, you know which one I reported and congratulated. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samira.
Morning. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm Oliver. So I joined a show from Jakarta. Samira. Okay, Evan, we not laugh. Okay, never make a mistake.
No, he must be a spirit of mistake, man.
Yeah, I know. No, it's the government that makes mistakes and they rectify that mistake. So we're supposed to be.
No, the government, the executive management page they have made a lot of mistakes in the past, which of course myself I saw it and I screenshotted. And after minutes, they correct their mistakes on the page. These are things that we see though. So it's something that.
So I don't see it as a mistake. I think I see it as a deliberate lie to lie to the people because we know them for that. They are the political liar. They lie too much. Lie to gain the power and they are still lying to government. Hear this. The agency reported that the government institutions are owing them around 16.8 million. 16. You are talking about bringing 6 million. Then you are owing the agency 16.8. So what can you pay? What can you pay the 16.8 million to agency that will help them reach structure their power plant until then to be able to supply our forest? Then you bring in 6 million. You're telling us to jubilate. Why do you expect only then 16.8? What the government is saying?
The executive is reporting 26, not 6. They are now reporting 26.
The one we know of from 2 days ago is 6 million that we know. So if they are 2 there, maybe that has a policy there for us, but which we not agree. Because if they're teaching them from 6 to 26, they're supposed to inform us, say, we make a mistake. So we are verifying it. Since we're not here for them, we are going to take the question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating, Ben. Let's be able to hold the calls. I'm seeing a lot of messages here. Let me see some of them. We have a lot of missed calls, a lot of calls coming in also. But okay, we have to go, Ben. We have to go. What do you have to say to the people? And let's call it a day.
I want to tell the Liberian people, in the words of President Weah, continue to be resilient, continue to be strong, and continue to be saver. One thing we're going to show you is that no matter how long the day is, no matter how long the night is, day is sure to come. And every long rope has an end. The greatest emperors, even Pharaoh, had an end. And today his bones are lying in Sheol. I want to say to the people of Liberia, remain resilient. Your time is coming. In the words of President Weah, your time is 2029, and that is the opportunity you have to correct the mistake that you made in 2023. To go to the polls and cast your ballot and vote against these criminals, these gangsters, and these vampires that are destroying our. I know it hurts. There's nothing absolutely we're going to get from Joseph Boaka and Jeremiah Kun. Nothing. People say, shishi, we won't get from them. The reason is simple. They just radicalize their campaign, they spread propaganda and lies only to have a chance to steal. And you can see how the life of Joseph Boaka and his people, that Pape, you see how he's shining now, taking back in the Liberian people money. Why people are hungry, why drugs killing poor people, children across the country, youth unemployment remain on the horizon. People can barely afford a cup of rice to eat. And even water, the sachet water or the mineral water bag, it's going to 10 naira now. How many people can afford bottled water? The little water that people can drink, 10 hours in the area. Then. I want to say to our people, y'all go to the hospital, y'all go to Redemption, y'all go to JFK, y'all go to the different hospitals in the country, Rennie Hospital and other places. You can even get correct paracetamol. Our people dying from curable illnesses, curable sickness, our people dying from it. But are your time coming? All of our time coming in our time at 2029 for us to vote right. And y'all remember, when we go to vote, we will vote for George Weah. All in the country, we vote for George Weah. And we're not just voting for George Weah. Oh. As we're voting to make George Weah president, all the lawmakers in the Capitol building will expel their friend Yeke Koluba. Because Yeke Koluba talking against the stealing, the killing, and bad thing and Joseph Baka doing. We're going to vote against them. And they Dillon one year, who then came together. You see what Dillon did? That wicked man Dillon. The late George Solo want to extend sympathy to George Solo in our parting comments. George Solo was appointed as ambassador to Italy. Darrell Dillon fought that George Solo man. As chairman on foreign affairs, he applied no effort for George Solo to be confirmed. Although teenage George Solo grieving on it, that today, George Solo died. 2 years, and the appointment for 2 years plus, they don't refuse to call for that confirmation hearing. They may die. They seen Dillon man. They seen Dillon man. He got on the paper Prince Johnson. He got behind 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 Prince Johnson. He and Joseph Bagana Leone. The old man died. That kind of way. They seen Dillon man here again. I want to say to the Liberian people, especially citizens of Monserrato County, come 2029, your vote, your vote that crook and that rascal out of the Capitol building. It made a Dillon's not supposed
Oh,
to be senator. Until then, folks, vote for Jefferson Koji when the time reached to restore Senate at the House of Senate. My name is Ben Belief Tokba, and by the grace of God, we're going to be here tomorrow, and the show is indeed a very great show. It's been informative, and this is the biggest platform in the country, Voice of Liberia, that inform the Liberian people, home and abroad, about the happenings in our country. It's been a great show to
okay.
you, Miss Samara.
Thank you, Ben. Ben, you get a long time to do the thing. For you be telling the people, say the people should vote for Kochi, the people should vote for we are. We're 2020 now. We're looking at so,
I
but
just
but
two
but
year plus now, 2 year plus
uh,
lead, not
okay.
five again.
But anyways, we have to go. Monday, Timid, we will talk. As of Monday, there will be something new coming up, and
Okay.
of course, you Liberian people, y'all will enjoy it. Y'all enjoy it. But we'll be in the studio here, and you're going to enjoy what is up for you next week. You're going to enjoy it on Good Morning Liberia. You will enjoy it. Okay. So do have yourself a pleasant day. My name is Samira Wanla. I've been here with Ben Belief Tokpa. We've had a really great conversation, and this is how we come to an end. Every good thing must come to an end, and this is our end. And I want to say, do have yourself a great day. We're going to be here on tomorrow to talk about other issues as it relates to Liberia. Bye bye.